Maria Santos pushed her cleaning cart down the long hallway of Harmony Point Space Station. The wheels made a soft, squeaking sound on the metal floor. She had been doing this job for 8 years now, and she knew every corner of this place. The station was huge, bigger than any building on Earth. It floated in space between the stars, where aliens from different worlds came to talk and make deals. Maria was 45 years old, with dark hair that she kept tied back in a simple ponytail. She wore a blue uniform that was clean but old. Her hands were rough from years of cleaning, but her eyes were kind. She always smiled at people even when they did not smile back. The night shift was quiet. Most of the important people were sleeping. Maria liked it this way. She could work in peace and think about her 3 children back on Earth. Her oldest son, Carlos, was studying to be a teacher. Her middle daughter, Rosa, wanted to be an engineer. Her youngest, Lucy, dreamed of becoming a doctor. Maria worked hard to send them money for school. She cleaned the floors, emptied the trash, and made sure everything was perfect for the next day. The diplomatic quarters were the most important part of the station. This was where the alien leaders stayed when they came to make deals. Maria was careful here. She had to be quiet and respectful. Tonight something was different. As Maria turned the corner near the Zephyrian quarters, she saw someone sitting on the floor. It was an old alien woman. Her skin looked like crystal, but it was dull gray instead of the bright colors Maria usually saw on Zephyrians. The woman looked sad and lost. Maria stopped her cart. Most people would call security when they found someone in the halls at night. But Maria could not walk away from someone who looked so unhappy. She had a big heart, and it hurt her to see others in pain. "Are you okay?" Maria asked softly. She spoke in simple English, hoping the alien woman would understand. The woman looked up. Her eyes were large and silver, like mirrors. "I am lost," she said in broken English. "I look for my son, do not know where to go." Maria set down her cleaning supplies and sat on the floor next to the woman. The metal was cold, but Maria did not mind. "What is your name?" she asked. "I am Lyra," the woman said. "My son, he is very busy. I do not want to bother him, but this place is so big." "I get confused," Maria nodded. She understood feeling lost and confused. When she first came to work on the station, everything seemed impossible to learn. "I am Maria. I work here cleaning. I know this place very well. Maybe I can help you." Lyra's crystal skin flickered with a tiny bit of blue, which Maria had learned meant surprise among Zephyrians. "You would help me? But I am nobody important." "Everyone is important," Maria said. She reached into her cart and pulled out a thermos. "Would you like some coffee?" "I always bring extra." Lyra had never tried human coffee before. Maria poured some into a cup and handed it to her. The warm drink made Lyra feel better. It tasted strange, but good. More importantly, it was given with kindness. "Your son must be very special if he works here," Maria said, trying to make conversation. Lyra's skin turned gray again. "He is very important, yes, but he is also very busy. He has many people depending on him. Sometimes I think he forgets that I am his mother." Maria felt sad for Lyra. She thought about her own children. Even though they were far away, they called her every week. They told her about their lives and asked for her advice. "Being a mother is hard," she said. "We want to help our children, but sometimes they need to make their own way." "You have children?" Lyra asked. 3, all grown up now, but still my babies," Maria smiled. "Carlos is 25. He wants to teach children. Rosa is 23. She loves building things. And Lucy is 21. She wants to help sick people get better. You must be very proud." "I am. They work hard." "They are good people." Maria looked at Lyra. "I am sure your son is a good person, too." Sometimes when people have important jobs, they forget to take time for family. Lyra thought about this. Her son had changed over the years. The weight of ruling an empire had made him hard and cold. She missed the young boy who used to ask her questions about right and wrong. "Where does your son work?" Maria asked. "Maybe I can help you find him. He works in the big office on level 7. But I should not bother him now. It is late." Maria knew the offices on level 7. That was where the most important alien leaders worked. She had cleaned there many times, but she never paid attention to who was inside. To her, all people were the same. Rich or poor, human or alien, everyone deserved respect. "How about I show you around tomorrow?" Maria offered. "I can draw you a map. This place is confusing, but once you know the tricks, it gets easier." Lyra's skin showed a flicker of gold, which meant happiness. "You would do that for me?" "Of course, we are friends now." The word friends made Lyra feel warm inside. It had been a long time since anyone had called her that. Most people who talked to her wanted something. They bowed and used fancy words, but they were not real friends. Maria helped Lyra stand up. "Do you know how to get back to your room?" "I think, So, good. If you get lost again, just ask any of the cleaning staff. Tell them Maria said to help you. We look out for each other here." Maria walked with Lyra until she found her way. Then she went back to her cleaning cart and continued her work. She did not think she had done anything special. She had just helped someone who was lost and sad. That was what good people did. As she worked, Maria thought about Lyra. The old woman seemed lonely. Maria understood loneliness. Working nights meant she did not see many people. But she had learned that even a small act of kindness could make someone's day better. She finished her shift as the station began to wake up. The morning crew would arrive soon. Maria put away her supplies and headed to her small room. She was tired, but she felt good. Tomorrow night she would look for Lyra again. Maybe they could have coffee and talk some more. Maria did not know that she had just made friends with the most powerful woman in the Zephyrian Empire. To her, Lyra was just a lonely mother who needed a friend. And that was exactly what made Maria special. 3 weeks had passed since Maria first met Lyra. Every night, the old Zephyrian woman would appear during Maria's cleaning shift. They had become real friends, something that surprised both of them. Tonight, Maria was cleaning the common area when she saw Lyra sitting at a small table near the window. The woman's crystal skin was still mostly gray, but Maria noticed tiny flickers of blue and gold when they talked. That was progress? "Hello, my friend," Maria said, pushing her cart over to the table. "How was your day?" Lyra smiled. Human emotions were becoming easier for her to understand. "Better, now that you are here. I brought something for you." She held out a small crystal flower. It was beautiful, with petals that seemed to glow from inside. "I made this for you." "It is a Zephyrian tradition?" "We give crystal flowers to people who are special to us," Maria gasped. The flower was the most beautiful thing she had ever seen. "Lyra, this is too much. I cannot take something so precious. Please. You have given me so much, your friendship, your kindness, your coffee." Lyra laughed. "I never knew coffee could taste so good." Maria carefully took the flower. It was warm to the touch and seemed to pulse with soft light. "Thank you. I will treasure it always." They sat together, sharing coffee from Maria's thermos. This had become their routine. Maria would work and Lyra would keep her company. They talked about everything and nothing. "Tell me about your children again," Lyra said. "I love hearing about them." Maria's face lit up. "Carlos called yesterday. He got a job at a school in the city. He will start teaching next month. He is so excited." Rosa? She is working on a project to build better bridges. She says human bridges are not as strong as they could be. She wants to make them last longer. What about Lucy? Maria's smile faded a little. Lucy is doing well in her studies. She is very smart, the smartest of all my children. Lyra noticed the change in Maria's voice. After weeks of friendship, she had learned to read Maria's emotions. Is something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. Lucy is perfect. She just ... double closed. She got accepted to medical school. It is a very good school. She will be an excellent doctor. That is wonderful news. Why do you look sad? Maria sighed. Medical school is very expensive, more expensive than I can afford. I am working extra shifts, but it is not enough. I do not want Lucy to know I am worried. She has worked so hard for this chance. Lyra felt her heart break for her friend. She had learned about human families from Maria. She knew how much parents sacrificed for their children. Have you told Lucy about the money? No, I do not want her to worry. She should focus on her studies. I will find a way. I always do. This was exactly what Lyra admired about Maria. Even when facing problems, she put others first. She never complained or asked for help. She just worked harder and hoped for the best. You are a good mother, Lyra said. Your children are lucky to have you. I am the lucky one. They are my greatest joy. Maria looked out the window at the stars. I came here to work so I could give them chances I never had. Sometimes I miss them so much it hurts. But when I see them succeed, it makes everything worth it. Lyra thought about her own son. He was successful, but was he happy? When was the last time they had really talked, not about empire business, but about life? When had he last told her about his hopes and dreams? Do you ever regret leaving Earth? Lyra asked. Sometimes. But regret is useless. We make choices and then we live with them. I chose to come here because it was the best way to help my children. I cannot change that choice, so I try to make the best of it. How do you stay so positive? Maria laughed. I have learned that happiness is a choice. Bad things happen to everyone? Rich people, poor people, humans, aliens, everyone has troubles. But I can choose to be bitter, or I can choose to find good things in each day. What good things did you find today? I found that my friend Lyra is feeling a little better. Her skin showed gold twice during our conversation. That makes me happy. Lyra looked down at her arms. She had not realized her skin was changing colors. For months it had been gray, showing her sadness and disappointment. But Maria was right. Being around her human friend was helping her heal. You notice everything, Lyra said. I notice things about people I care about. That is what friends do. They sat in comfortable silence for a while. Maria worked on organizing her cleaning supplies while Lyra watched the stars. It was peaceful, something both women needed. Maria, Lyra said finally. Can I ask you something? Of course. Do you ever get angry? I have known you for weeks, and I have never seen you upset. Maria thought about this. I get angry sometimes, but I try not to stay angry. Anger is heavy. It makes everything harder. I would rather use my energy to fix problems than to be mad about them. What if you cannot fix the problem? Then I try to help other people who have the same problem. Even if I cannot fix my own troubles, maybe I can make someone else's life a little better. Lyra was amazed. In all her years of life, she had never met anyone like Maria. Her son ruled an empire, but he could learn so much from this simple human woman. You are very wise, Lyra said. I am not wise. I am just old enough to know that being kind is easier than being mean, and it makes me feel better too. As they talked, other night shift workers passed by. They all smiled and waved at Maria. Some stopped to say hello. Maria knew everyone's name and asked about their families. She remembered birthdays and celebrated small victories with them. Lyra watched this and realized something important. Maria was not just liked by one person. Everyone respected her. Not because she was powerful or important, but because she was genuinely good to people. You have many friends here, Lyra observed. I am lucky. Good people are everywhere if you look for them, even among aliens, especially among aliens. I have learned that hearts are the same everywhere. Everyone wants to be loved and respected. Everyone wants to matter to someone. A young alien from the kitchen staff approached their table. He looked nervous. Miss Maria, he said in broken English. I'm sorry to bother you, but I wanted to thank you. The medicine you told me about helped my child. She is much better now. Maria smiled. I am so glad to hear that. How is she eating? Much better. The doctor said she will be fine. That is wonderful news. Give her my love. After the young alien left, Lyra looked at Maria with new respect. You helped his child? His little girl was sick. I remembered that my Rosa had the same sickness when she was young. I told him what the doctor did for Rosa. It was nothing special, but it was special. Lyra was beginning to understand that Maria's kindness was not just nice words. She actually helped people solve their problems. She shared her knowledge and experience to make other people's lives better. "You are a remarkable person, Maria Santos," Lyra said. "I'm just a cleaning lady who cares about people." "No, you are much more than that. You are the kind of person who makes the universe a better place." Maria blushed. She was not used to such praise. "You are very kind to say that." "I am not being kind. I am being truthful." As the night went on, they continued to talk. Maria told stories about her children's adventures. Lyra shared memories of her own childhood on the Zephyrian homeworld. They laughed together and found comfort in each other's company. Neither of them knew that their friendship was about to change everything. Maria continued to see Lyra as just a lonely mother who needed a friend, and Lyra continued to be amazed by the simple goodness of her human companion. But change was coming. And it would start with Lyra's son finally deciding to visit his mother. Lyra stood at the window of her quarters, looking out at the stars. Her real name was Empress Kara Velthara, mother of Emperor Darius Velthara, ruler of the mighty Zephyrian Empire. She had been living on Harmony Point for 6 months now, after a terrible fight with her son. The fight had been about his new laws. Darius wanted to make the Empire stronger by being harder on other species, especially humans. He thought fear would make people obey better. Kara had tried to tell him that respect worked better than fear, but he would not listen. "You are weak, Mother," he had said. "That is why Father left you in charge of nothing important. The Empire needs strength, not kindness." Those words had broken Kyra's heart. She had come to Harmony Point to think and to grieve. For months, her crystal skin had been gray with sadness. She felt like a failure as a mother and as a leader, but then she had met Maria. The simple human cleaning lady had shown her what real strength looked like. Maria worked hard, loved deeply, and helped everyone around her. She never asked for anything. In return, she just gave because it was the right thing to do. Tonight, Kira was supposed to call her son. His assistant had sent several messages asking her to contact him, but she was not ready. She was still angry and hurt. A soft knock at her door interrupted her thoughts. "Come in," she called. Maria entered, carrying her small toolbox. "I hope I am not bothering you. The maintenance team said your air system was making noise." "You do not need to fix that yourself," Kira said. "You are a cleaning lady, not a repair person." Maria laughed. "I learned to fix things when my children were young. We could not afford to call repair people for every little problem. Let me take a look." She opened the wall panel and examined the air system. After a few minutes, she found the problem. A small part had come loose. She tightened it with her tools, and the noise stopped. "There, all better," Maria said, closing the panel. "Thank you. You are always helping people." "It was easy." "Why pay someone else when I can do it myself?" They sat down at Kara's small table. Maria had brought coffee, as always. It had become their daily ritual. "You look troubled tonight," Maria said. "Is everything okay?" Kira sighed. "My son wants to talk to me, but I am not ready to talk to him." "What happened between you two?" "We disagree about important things. He thinks I am weak and foolish." "Maybe." "He is right." Maria set down her coffee cup. "Lyra, you are not weak. You are one of the strongest people I know." "How can you say that? You barely know me." "I know enough. I know you are kind to everyone you meet. I know you listen when people talk. I know you care about doing the right thing. Those are not signs of weakness." Kara felt tears in her eyes. "But strength is about power, about making people do what you want." "No," Maria said firmly. "Real strength is about lifting other people up. It is about helping them be better than they were before. Anyone can break things. It takes real strength to build things." "My son does not see it that way." "Maybe he has never seen real strength before. Maybe he only knows the fake kind." Kara thought about this. Darius had grown up in the palace, surrounded by people who feared him. He had never seen what Maria showed her every day. He had never learned that true leadership came from service, not from control. Tell me about your son, Maria said. What was he like when he was young? Kyra's skin flickered with gold as she remembered. He was curious about everything. He asked so many questions. He wanted to know why things were the way they were. He cared about fairness. What happened to change him? Power, responsibility, people telling him that being kind was the same as being weak. His father died when Darius was young. He had to become emperor before he was ready. That must have been scary for him. It was. But instead of asking for help, he decided he had to be hard. He thought that was the only way to keep the empire safe, Maria nodded. Fear makes people do strange things. When we are scared, we sometimes hurt others because we think it will protect us. Yes, that is exactly what happened. But now I do not know how to reach him. He will not listen to me. Maybe you need to show him instead of telling him. What? Do you mean? Children learn more from what they see than from what they hear. If you want him to understand kindness, maybe you need to show him how it works. Kara was quiet for a long time. Then she said, Maria, can I tell you something important? Of course. I have not been completely honest with you. My son is not just any worker here. He is very important. More important than you know, Maria shrugged. It does not matter to me. Important or not, you are still my friend. This simple statement made Kira's heart warm. Maria truly did not care about status or power. She judged people by their hearts, not by their titles. There is something else, Kara said. I have been thinking about your daughter Lucy, the one who wants to be a doctor. What about her? You are worried about paying for her school. Maria's face grew sad. Yes, but I will find a way. I always do. What if someone wanted to help? What if there was a scholarship she could apply for? That would be wonderful. But scholarships are hard to get. There are many smart students who need help. But what if there was a new scholarship? One that was created for students like Lucy? Maria looked at her friend suspiciously. Lyra, what are you thinking? I am thinking that good people deserve good things. And I am thinking that maybe I know people who could help. I cannot accept charity. It would not be charity. It would be recognition of merit. Lucy is smart and hardworking. She deserves a chance to succeed. Maria was quiet for a long time. Finally, she said, You are not just anyone, are you, Lyra? Kyra's skin turned blue with surprise. What makes you say that? Little things? The way security guards nod to you, the way other Zephyrians whisper when you pass, the way you talk about having influence. You are someone important. Does that change things between us? No, you are still my friend, but I wish you had told me the truth. I was afraid you would treat me differently. I might have, at first, but not now. Now I know who you really are inside. That is what matters. Kara felt a weight lift from her shoulders. Thank you for understanding. So who are you really? I am the mother of the Emperor. My real name is Kara Valthara. Maria's eyes widened. You are the Empress? Former Empress. I stepped down after my fight with my son. Now I'm just a lonely old woman who needed a friend. You are still the Empress. To me. But more importantly, you are still Lyra. You are still the woman who sits with me every night and shares coffee. You are still the woman who made me a crystal flower. You are still my friend. Kara began to cry. Her crystal skin showed swirls of gold and blue, emotions she had not felt in months. I do not deserve your friendship. Yes, you do. Everyone deserves friendship, even former empresses. They sat together in comfortable silence. Finally, Kara said, Will you help me call my son? Of course. What do you want to say to him? I want to tell him about you. I want him to meet the woman who taught me what real strength looks like. Maria laughed. He will not be interested in meeting a cleaning lady. He will be interested in meeting the woman who helped his mother find her way back to happiness. As they prepared to make the call, neither woman knew that this conversation would change the fate of an empire. Maria had no idea that her simple acts of kindness had transformed one of the most powerful women in the galaxy. And Kara had no idea that her son was already planning to visit Harmony Point, The stage was set for a meeting that would change everything. Emperor Darius Valthara stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching Harmony Point grow larger in the viewing screen. He had not seen his mother in 6 months, not since their terrible fight. His crystal skin showed deep purple, the color of regret and anger mixed together. "Your Majesty," his assistant said, "the station commander is requesting your schedule. When would you like to meet with your mother?" "Later. First, I want to observe the station. I want to see what my mother has been doing here." Darius had come to Harmony Point for 2 reasons. First, he needed to negotiate new mining rights in human space. His empire needed resources, and he was prepared to take them by force if necessary. Second, he wanted to convince his mother to come home. The empire needed her wisdom, even if he would not admit it out loud. The emperor and his guards took a transport to the station. As they walked through the corridors, Darius noticed how different this place was from his palace. Here, humans and aliens worked together peacefully. There was no fear in their eyes, no bowing and scraping. "Interesting," he said to his head guard. "The humans here do not seem afraid of us. Should they be, Your Majesty?" "According to my policies, yes, but they act as if we are just people." As they walked, Darius saw a human woman pushing a cleaning cart. She was middle-aged, wearing a simple blue uniform. What caught his attention was how she interacted with others. Aliens from different species stopped to talk to her. She smiled at everyone and seemed to know them all by name. "Who is that?" "Human?" he asked his assistant. "A cleaning lady, Your Majesty. Her name is Maria Santos. She has worked here for 8 years. She seems well liked." "Yes, Your Majesty. The station reports say she is very popular with all the species here." Darius decided to watch Maria more closely. He wanted to understand why a simple cleaning lady commanded such respect. What he saw surprised him. Maria helped a young alien child who had dropped his toy. She did not just pick it up. She knelt down to the child's level and made him laugh before returning it. She assisted an elderly diplomat who was having trouble with his luggage. She shared her lunch with a homesick alien worker who looked sad. Each action was small, but together they painted a picture of someone who genuinely cared about others. Darius had never seen anything like it. In his world, people helped others because they wanted something in return. But Maria seemed to help simply because it was the right thing to do. "Find out more about this Maria Santos?" he ordered his assistant. "Yes, Your Majesty. What would you like to know?" "Everything. Her background, her family, why she came here. I want to understand her." While his assistant gathered information, Darius continued to watch Maria. He saw her clean the floors with care, making sure everything was perfect. She worked alone but never seemed lonely. People sought her out for conversation, and she always had time to listen. Later that evening, Darius received the report on Maria. She was a single mother from Earth who had come to Harmony Point to earn money for her children's education. She had 3 children, all successful in their own ways. She was known for her kindness and her ability to solve problems. "There is something else, Your Majesty," his assistant said. "Station records show that your mother spends time with this Maria Santos. They appear to be friends." Darius's skin flickered with surprise. His mother, the former empress of the Zephyrian Empire, was friends with a human cleaning lady. It made no sense. "Are you certain?" "Yes, Your Majesty. Security cameras show them together almost every night. They sit and talk for hours." This was not what Darius had expected. He had imagined his mother sitting alone, angry and bitter. Instead, she had made a friend, a human friend. "I want to observe one of their meetings," he said. "Your Majesty, that might not be appropriate. It would be spying on the Empress. I need to understand what is happening here. Something has changed my mother, and I need to know what." That night, Darius hid in an empty room near the common area where his mother and Maria usually met. He watched through the slightly open door as the 2 women sat together, sharing coffee and conversation. His mother looked different. Her skin showed colors he had not seen in years. Gold for happiness, blue for contentment, even some silver for hope. She was laughing at something Maria had said. "Tell me about your day," he heard his mother say. "Well, I helped a young couple from the third sector. They were having trouble with their apartment's heating system. It reminded me of when Carlos and Rosa were young and our heater broke in the middle of winter." "What did you do?" "The same thing I did today. I found extra blankets and taught them how to stay warm until repairs could be made. Then I made them hot soup and sat with them until they felt better." Darius listened as Maria told simple stories about helping people. Nothing she did was dramatic or heroic. She just saw problems and fixed them. She saw people who were sad and cheered them up. She saw people who were hungry and shared her food. "Maria," his mother said, "you have taught me so much about what it means to be strong." "I am not strong," Maria replied. "I am just a cleaning lady." "No, you are much more than that. You are what leaders should be. You serve others instead of making them serve you. You build people up instead of tearing them down. You create peace instead of fear." Darius felt something stir in his chest. When was the last time someone had described him as someone who built people up or created peace? "Your son is lucky to have you as a mother," Maria said, "even if he does not realize it right now. I hope someday he will understand. I hope he will see that there is a better way to lead than through fear. Maybe he just needs to see it in action. Maybe he needs to learn what you learned." "What did I learn?" "That real power comes from love, not fear. That the strongest people are the ones who lift others up." Darius had heard enough. He quietly returned to his quarters, his mind spinning with new thoughts. Everything he had believed about leadership was being challenged by the words of a simple cleaning lady. The next day, he continued to observe Maria. He watched her handle a dispute between two alien workers. Instead of taking sides, she listened to both of them and helped them find a solution that made everyone happy. He saw her comfort a young alien who was homesick. He watched her organize a birthday party for one of the maintenance workers. Each action was small, but the results were powerful. People trusted Maria. They came to her with their problems because they knew she would help. They respected her because she respected them. "Your Majesty," his assistant said, "the station commander is asking about your meeting with the Empress. Tell him I will meet with her tomorrow. But first I want to talk to someone else." "Who, Your Majesty?" "Maria Santos. I want to meet this cleaning lady who has become friends with my mother." "Should I arrange a formal meeting?" "No, I want to talk to her as she works. I want to see her in her natural environment." That night, Darius dismissed his guards and walked alone to the area where Maria was working. She was cleaning the floor near the diplomatic quarters, humming softly to herself. "Excuse me," he said. Maria looked up and saw a tall Zephyrian man with impressive bearing. His skin was deep purple, and his clothes were obviously expensive. She had never seen him before, but something about him seemed familiar. "Can I help you?" she asked. "I am looking for information about someone." "A woman named Lyra, I believe." "You know her?" Maria's face lit up. "Oh yes, Lyra is my friend." "She is a wonderful woman. Are you a friend of hers too?" "In a way, yes, I am her son." Maria's eyes widened. "You are the Emperor?" "I am." Maria set down her cleaning supplies and looked at him carefully. "Your mother talks about you often. She loves you very much. She is angry with me. She is disappointed in you. There is a difference." Darius was surprised by her directness. "Most people are afraid to speak to me so honestly. I am not most people. And if you are Lyra's son, then you are family to me." "Family tells each other the truth." "What truth do you want to tell me?" "Your mother is not weak. She is the strongest person I know. And she is right about kindness being stronger than fear." "How can you say that? You are just a cleaning lady." "I am a cleaning lady who has raised 3 successful children while working 2 jobs. I am a cleaning lady who has made friends with people from dozens of different species. I am a cleaning lady who has learned that respect is earned, not demanded." Darius felt challenged but also intrigued. "Prove it." "Prove what?" "Prove that kindness is stronger than fear," Maria smiled. "I do not need to prove it. You can see it all around you. Look at this station. Look at how different species work together here. Look at how people treat each other. This is what your mother wants for your empire. And you think that is possible? I think anything is possible when good people work together. Darius studied her face. There was no fear in her eyes, no attempt to flatter him or gain his favor. She spoke to him as if he were just another person, not the ruler of a vast empire. You are not afraid of me, he said. Should I be? Most people are. That is sad. Fear makes people do things they do not want to do. It makes them lie and hide their true feelings. How can you know what people really think if they are too afraid to tell you? This hit Darius hard. When was the last time someone had given him honest advice? When had someone last disagreed with him without trembling? My mother thinks I am too harsh, he said. Are you? I am strong. The empire requires street. 1 month later, Maria was working her usual night shift when she noticed something different about the station. There were more Zephyrian ships docked than usual, and she could hear excited conversations in the halls. Something important was happening. She was cleaning near the diplomatic quarters when she saw Emperor Darius talking with a group of human representatives. His skin showed calm blue and gold colors, very different from the angry purple she had seen when they first met. Maria, a familiar voice called. She turned to see Kyra approaching with a smile. Hello, Lyra. You look happy today. I am. My son has made some important announcements. Have you heard? No, I have been working. What kind of announcements? Kyra's skin glowed with pride. He has changed many of the Empire's policies. He is offering partnership agreements instead of demanding submission. He wants to work with other species, not control them. Maria felt a warm feeling in her chest. That is wonderful news. What made him change his mind? You did? Me? But I am just a cleaning lady. You are the woman who showed him what real leadership looks like. You are the woman who taught him that strength comes from helping others, not hurting them, Maria blushed. I did not teach him anything, I just talked to him. Sometimes that is all people need. Someone to listen and to show them a better way. As they talked, Emperor Darius approached them. His expression was serious, but his skin showed warm colors. Maria, he said, I have been looking for you. Is something wrong, Your Majesty? Please. Call me Darius, and no, nothing is wrong. I want to talk to you about something important. He led them to a quiet conference room. Maria felt nervous. She had never been in such a fancy room before. Maria, Darius said, I want to offer you a position in my government. I want you to be my advisor on interspecies relations. Maria's mouth fell open. Your Majesty, Darius, I cannot do that. I am not qualified for such an important job. You are the most qualified person I know. You understand how to bring different species together. You know how to solve problems without violence. You know how to make people feel valued and respected. But I am just a cleaning lady. You are a woman who has spent years learning about different species and their needs. You are a woman who has earned the respect of everyone on this station. You are a woman who changed the mind of an emperor. Maria looked at Kira, who nodded encouragingly. What would I have to do? Help me rebuild the Empire's relationships with other species. Help me create policies that are fair to everyone. Help me be the kind of leader my mother always wanted me to be. I would have to leave my job here. I would have to leave my friends. You would, but you would also be able to help millions of people across the galaxy. Think of the good you could do. Maria was quiet for a long time. Finally, she said, I am honored by your offer, but I cannot accept it. Both Darius and Kara looked surprised. Why not? Darius asked. Because my place is here. I'm good at my job and I like helping people in my own way. I do not want to be important or powerful. I just want to be useful. Darius felt disappointed, but he also felt respect for Maria's decision. I understand. But is there anything I can do to thank you for what you have done? Actually, there is something, but it is not for me. What is it? My daughter Lucy, she is in medical school, but it is very expensive. If there was some way to help her. Darius smiled. I have been thinking about that. I want to create a new scholarship program for students from working families, students whose parents have shown exceptional character and service to others. That sounds wonderful, but I could not accept charity. It would not be charity, it would be recognition of merit. Lucy is an excellent student, and you are an exceptional parent. The scholarship would be called the Interspecies Harmony Scholarship. Lucy would be the first recipient. Maria felt tears in her eyes. Are you sure this is not just because you feel sorry for me? I am sure this scholarship will help many students in the future. Students whose parents, like you, have shown that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. What would I have to do? Nothing. Just be yourself. Just keep being the kind of person who makes the universe a better place. A week later, there was a small ceremony to announce the scholarship program. Maria wore her best dress, which was still simple but clean and pressed. Lucy attended by video call from Earth, crying with joy when she learned about the scholarship. Mom, Lucy said through the screen, I cannot believe this is happening. How did you make this possible? I did not do anything special, sweetheart. I just tried to be kind to people. Sometimes kindness comes back to you in ways you never expect. After the ceremony, Maria went back to her cleaning duties. She had been offered a small office and a fancier title, but she had declined. She preferred to work with her hands and to meet people in the corridors and common areas. That night, she was cleaning near the diplomatic quarters when she saw a young alien sitting alone, looking lost and sad. He reminded her of Kara when they first met. Are you okay? Maria asked, setting down her cleaning supplies. I am new here, the young alien said. I do not know anyone. I am here to represent my people, but I feel very small and scared. Maria sat down beside him. I know how that feels. This place can seem very big and intimidating at first. How do you deal with it? I remember that everyone here was new once. Everyone has felt lost and scared. And I remember that most people are kind if you give them a chance. Do you really believe that? I do. Would you like some coffee? I always. Carry extra. As Maria poured coffee for the young alien, she thought about how much her life had changed. She was still a cleaning lady, but now she was also a friend to an empress and a trusted advisor to an emperor. Her daughter would become a doctor without worrying about money. The galaxy was becoming a more peaceful place, but the most important thing had not changed. She was still the same person who cared about others and tried to help wherever she could. She was still the woman who saw everyone as equally deserving of respect and kindness. What is your name? She asked the young alien. I am Quito. I am from the planet Zeller. I am Maria. I work here cleaning, but I also help people when they need it. If you ever feel lost or scared, you can find me. I will help you. Quito's eyes brightened. Thank you. That makes me feel much better. As they talked, Maria realized that this was what she was meant to do. Not to be important or powerful, but to be present for people who needed a friend. To be the person who notices when someone is sad and sits with them until they feel better. Later that night, Kira found Maria in the common area, talking with Quito and two other young diplomats who had joined them. You have started another friendship. Circle, Kyra observed. People need friends, Maria said simply, especially when they are far from home. You never stop, do you? Stop what? Caring about people, helping them. Making their lives better, Maria shrugged. It is just who I am. I cannot imagine being any other way. Kara watched as Maria continued to talk with the young diplomats, making them laugh and helping them feel welcome. She thought about how much her own life had changed because of this simple human woman. The empire was changing too. Darius was implementing new policies based on cooperation instead of fear. Other species were responding positively. Trade was improving and conflicts were decreasing, all because a cleaning lady had shown kindness to a lonely old woman. Thank you, Kara said softly. For what? Maria asked. For everything, for being my friend, for saving my son, for showing us all what it means to be truly strong. Maria smiled. I did not save anyone. I just made coffee and listened. Anyone could have done the same thing. But you did do it. That is what makes you special. As the night went on, Maria continued her work surrounded by friends old and new. She was still a cleaning lady on a space station, but she was also something more. She was proof that ordinary people could change the world, one act of kindness at a time, and in a galaxy that had forgotten the power of simple human goodness. That was exactly what was needed. The universe was a little bit brighter because Maria Santos had chosen to care about a lonely alien woman. And that brightness was spreading, one friendship at a time, across the stars.